Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of 2030, a podcast hosted by someone in their 20s
and someone in their 30s,
where we talk about life, relationships, purpose, and growth from the perspective of a 20-year-old and a 30-year-old.
Yes, because what makes us at 20 can look very different by 30. I'm Jane.
And I'm Sky. Welcome to 2030. Today we're going to be talking about friendships. Let's go.
Okay, yeah. So Sky, don't you think it's kind of crazy right now that back then some people go on being part of your life every day, and now how we actually maintain friendship is just by sending each other reels on Instagram.
Yeah, exactly. I think after, I would say, high school, when you start to go into uni, I think uni is probably the last moments of your life where you really have friends who you see every day, nearly every day, 3-4 times a week. But right now, when it comes to working life in your 20s, mid-20s, even up to your 30s, I'm kind of curious as well. It's really, really rare that we actually get to, maintain quite a close distance friendship. Is it like that for you as well?
Yes, it is. So, which brings me to my first question to you, right? So, you are still very young. You're still fresh out of college in that sense. How would you say, who are actually the people right now in your circle that you actually talk to every day in terms of friendship?
In terms of friendship,
yes,
when we talk about every day,
yes,
I think there's no single friend that I talk to
really?
every day.
No friend?
No, except my life partner.
Except your life partner, okay.
Except for Gabby, my fiance. I think that's the only person who I really talk to every single day. But even when you're talking about friends, it's more of a weekly basis kind of thing. I'm quite active in church. Most of my friends, I would say, are from church. If not, it's from work. It's most of the weekends where we actually talk and really get to see each other. But being in line of work, especially in business, I think the only person I talk to every day is either my romantic partner and my business partner.
So different when back in high school.
Yeah, exactly. But what about you? Who's the people who you talk to every day? Is there still someone who you text every single day?
I DM friends reels that relates, and that's how we maintain friendships nowadays. Apart from my family members, I think I am there. I'm pretty sure everyone could relate to this in a sense where there will always be a 3-person group chat. Do you have a 3-person group chat? Or maybe that's just probably applies to girls.
That was during high school. I got
okay.
But right now it's much bigger. I think around 6-7 people in that one group chat.
I have that group chat as well.
Okay.
So that is the intimate ones with 2 more of my other girlfriends where we sort of trauma dump, stressful day, we dump our emotions or stress into that. And then there's also the 6 to 7,
a bit more bigger
group of girlfriends that we do still keep in touch with. So so that's for me, those are probably the only couple of people that I speak to every day apart from my family members and my kids.
I see. But being in your 30s, right, compared to 20s, I would say, maybe even a little bit below 20s, like when you're 18, 17, I think friendship is something very important where we kind of have that thought of the more friends I have, the better I am, the more self-worth I have with the more people I have in my life, right? And in your 20s, I think that's also something that's still kind of important to quite a lot of people, right? How many friends you have, how many people are close to you in your life, how many followers you have on Instagram, kind of judges your self-worth. Some people look at it that way. For someone in your 30s, it's like having many friends, having as many people in your life, does it matter that much to you guys?
Oh anymore? No, not anymore. Not anymore. So my circle is getting closer and closer.
Okay.
Exactly spot on. When when you're younger days, you make friends with everyone. You have different groups of people from different touch points. So there's college, there's work, there's gym maybe, there is your friend's friend. So I may know a lot of people, but not necessarily they all know each other. So each different group sees a different side of me.
Okay.
But as I grow more mature, don't say older, more mature, I noticed that my circle of friends has become smaller. Friendships and relationships means differently right now. And those who can I feel most comfortable with people who has been with me. If they say like, if a friendship lasts more than 8 years, I think 8 years, then that one friend for life already.
Okay.
So my circle right now, I think I can count less than 10 people.
Okay.
Which I'm really close with. Those are my ride or dies.
Okay.
And the rest of them, if they are not building meaningful connections, very superficial ones, then I don't want to layan.
Don't layan
Very
them
tired.
already lah.
Very tired.
Superficial. What would you say is that differentiation between a meaningful friendship to you and a superficial relationship to you?
Meaningful friendship would be, so you know a true friend is, if just say for example you're having a tough time. You're having a tough time, you're having a difficult moment, and they're there for you. Genuinely, and they would try to do something, an action or a behavior that makes you feel that you're being cared for. And a superficial friendship is where, number one scenario, they come to you when they are having problems. So you give them space, you give them, you share your energy with them, right? You help them deal with whatever issues that they're facing. But when it comes to be your turn, they sort of shuts you down or tells you like, don't think too much, you're too emo, and they don't give you back the same
energy,
effort or
the same
energy.
affection back.
Correct. Then I feel it's like, it's not balanced. Why would I want to invest my time, my energy, my effort, my care, my love for someone who is not willing to put in the same level of effort and support to me? So that's how I judge my friendships nowadays. Those who are willing to put things aside and say, hey, how can I help? Because at the end of the day, I saw this video where they said this is sometimes if you're in need, all you just need is just 8 minutes of someone's time. Or you can give 8 minutes of your time to that someone for them to feel better. So sometimes a cry for help can just be like, hey, how are you doing? Like they check in with you. But but sometimes there is a different, there's a motive behind that. Motive or reason behind that is, but basically they are asking for help, but they just don't know how to. And that was what the video is about. I think it was Simon Sinek or something.
Simon Sinek,
yeah. Simon Sinek.
I love
So
him.
he said he had a friend who reached out to him, but he didn't know that his friend was actually needing help and needing support. And then at the end of the day, it's just, you just need, if you value friendships and connections, just give 8 minutes of your time to someone, and you never know how much that 8 minutes means to that person. Yeah.
I see. I understand. Is relationships or friendships more transactional right now for you? Like, I think back then, if we compare with during our high school days or uni days, I think the reason why friendship has changed so much is that we all have our different focuses in life. For example, back then during high school, let's say, I would say my ride or dies, right? The closest people to me are friends from high school. Uni, even not really, right? During high school, I see them every day. Go to class every morning, 6 a.m., right? Arrive, the first person I see is them, bro. Right? We sit down, we play, we mess around the most with that person, and it's every day for like 5 days a week, right? Monday to Friday, I look at their dumb face every single day. And that builds that camaraderie, that bond with them, right? When it goes to uni, we start to make, in my opinion, not as close of friends, because during uni days, classes are limited together, right? You take different courses and you need to make that effort to actually be friends.
True.
Correct or not? Sometimes like during high school, right? You're forced to be friends with them. They sit next to you. They're the only people who you see every single day. But during uni, you have that choice of, my class finishes at 2. If I don't like this guy, if I feel this guy is not as fun, there's other people who I value more, then I go and find them, right? And when we go into the workforce, that levels up even more, right? That feeling of, you choose who you really want to be friends with. You're not forced at all to be friends with a certain someone. That has affected friendships, and I think that changed the most for me. But what I'm wondering about with you, because for me, friendships start to become a bit more transactional right now. Right? If I start to see that this guy is not really bringing much value, I don't see a clear benefit of being friends with him, like what you mentioned just now. They look for me, but I get nothing in return. When I'm in need, nobody really asks me about how I'm doing. Maybe it's because I'm too busy also, I'm not sure. But yeah, you just start to get really different focuses in life. So you really choose and you pick who is worth your time, who is really worth building a friendship with. Is it like that for you as well? Like a little bit of that transactional kind of value? And do you think that's bad? What do you think?
I think you're not wrong because at the end of the day, everything is a transaction.
Yeah.
Right? What you get and what you receive. Even in relationships as well. You give your partner this and your partner gives you back in return. But at the end of the day, can that transactional relationship be transformational? Which means, can that friendship, relationship nurture and guide you towards growth, towards being a better version of yourself, better person.
Yeah.
So maybe at the start it's transactional because you're testing the ground to see whether is this person genuine in a friendship. Are they willing to be my ride or die? Because at the end of the day, it's still transactional. You give and you receive.
Yeah.
But does the relationship or friendship have potential to be transformational? Because in every stage of your life, early 20s, you start a new job. You graduate uni, you start a job. And then you form a different sense of identity because you are coming out from that uni mindset towards a young adulthood where you got to prove yourself, you got to prove your worth in the workforce, and of course comparing with peers. And then when you get into work, you have your work mates as well. Probably trauma bond because you all go through the same trauma. I have a lot of trauma bond ex-colleagues that we still do keep in touch until today. Okay. So at the end of the day, the more you pour into a relationship and you see whether is it reciprocated or not. And then at the end of the day, as you age or as you grow older, of course everyone wants to grow. You don't want to remain stagnant in life. So if the relationship is able to be transformational to your growth, to you being a better human being, then I think that's where you say it starts as transactional and then it has the potential to be transformational.
Well, that's really good.
Okay, so based on what you have said, and I had a thought, right? So at what point, in a friendship, do you feel that it starts changing? Because you said from high school, right? And at what point, in which stage of your life you feel that your friendships start changing the definition already?
I would say a very clear point, right, that I can say this is the milestone where my friendships really start changing is work. Once you really get out of uni, right, you start to go into adulthood. You need to make your own money. You need to live your own life. You're carving your own path. And you notice that a lot of people who were once very close to you, they have their own path now, right? When we used to walk together, right, it's like going on a plane. Sometimes, imagine this, you're on a transit flight, right, from Malaysia to Singapore, then you're going to LA or something, right? On the way to Singapore, you meet this one person who you just really, really enjoy talking to them, right? A whole 2 hours flight feels just like 5 minutes with them.
Yep.
Right? But when you arrive Singapore, that's their destination. They've got to go somewhere else. And you've got to go your way. Right? I think for me, work is where that hit the most. Friends who were once super close with me, we already have a different vision, and it's nothing wrong, right? It's thanks for the ride, thanks for this friendship, thanks for the bond that we had. It was a fun time, but I got to go my way. You got to go your way. Best of luck.
There's a song there.
Yeah.
I got to go my way.
I'm not sure.
There is a song.
Feels like a quote already, huh? Right? But it's like that for a lot of friends. Doesn't mean that we necessarily cut ties, but it's just that both of us are not on the same journey anymore.
Different stages
of life, and we go our way. And I think work was that stage for me.
That turning point.
That turning point for me, where I started to meet people who were walking my way, who were going my way, right? People who chose to even still stick with that path. And there are some people, even though we are going different paths, we still keep in close contact once in a while. Maybe once a month we go out for coffee, we go out for dinner, for lunch, and it feels like nothing changed. They have those friends where you don't see them for like months.
Yep.
You see them and things just felt like it was the exact same. Time has not passed.
I do have that.
Right. So I think it's work for me because and right now, even when you're in work, a lot of the friendships that you gain, there's that networking kind of feeling. Have you ever felt like that?
Yeah.
When did relationships for you start to feel like it's networking?
Okay, networking definitely would be work. Because I believe as we get into the workforce and when we start working, maybe a traditional 9 to 5 or even a business owner, work sort of becomes your life.
Exactly.
Work sort of becomes your life and it's half of your identity, I guess, if you don't have passions outside of your 9 to 5, right? Your 9 to 5. So then at the end of the day, as work becomes your priority, then networking also naturally takes precedence, where when you meet people, you think about how can this person help me with my job. Like, like to say, for example, marketing, you meet someone and, partnerships, for example, or collaborations. If you're in business development, how can I grow my business and develop my business leveraging this person's expertise? So again, it becomes transactional. It becomes transactional, it becomes very networking. Unless you find a group or a person outside of your networking mode where you just get to be yourself. Your silly self, your goofy self, the part that actually perhaps maybe besides your romantic partner or your family members, but no one gets to see. I think most of the time we have this persona where we are always work mode. We project this work professional mode, and that's what majority people see us by. And family members only get to see a different side of you. So like I said, different groups of friends get to see different sides of you. That if you put all them in room together, you'll be like, oh my god, this is Sky, or this is Jane. Like she's not like this goofy, or she's usually this serious, or she's crazy. She will do random dumb stuff. But different people will see a different version of you because that's how you click. Like what you said, right? When you go, you meet each person or each people in your life, different destination, means different part of your life, and at that moment I believe you are feeling different emotions, different steps and moments in your life. So they get to see that version of you.
I understand. So I think that there should actually be a separation, don't you think, between someone who is a friend, someone who is personal with you, knows the deeper stories about you, gets to know you personally, and people just merely in your network.
Of course.
Right. How will we separate that? Colleagues, friends? What do you think?
I actually do have ex-colleagues that has become like my ride or die.
Really personal with you as well,
Really
right?
personal, because I think we bonded to trauma.
I think it's like that for us as well.
Yeah, we bonded to trauma where there's a certain boss that we don't like, or certain colleague, that people that we, we always say, we don't judge people. We do performance review on them, but they don't know that they are being performance reviewed by us. Sometimes, every work group would actually know that. So yeah, these people started out as colleague, but I think why we get along so well is because you see, 5 days a week, same thing like school. You work 5 days a week, so you have FaceTime with them 5 days a week. They see you at your best, at your worst, and probably why I'm so close with my 2 girlfriends. She's actually my ex-boss. Wow. Okay, shout out to Anusha, I love you babes, and Jill too. So why I really, really am close and I feel those are my ride or die is because at work, if just say for example, you screw up and one person helps you get out of that situation or issue and truly supports you, or when you're feeling down, they help support you. So you can see their true nature. Whether is this person really genuine or not.
Yeah.
Right? So they see me through my best, my worst, my most stressed, crying, screaming, yelling, cursing, all of that. Okay? And they still choose to support and be by my side. And of course, we are bonded by trauma.
Yeah.
Right? So at the end of the day, these people are the colleagues where once we all left already, we are all now not working in the same company, we're all having our own different lives, but we still do keep in touch. And we still do, no time has passed. No time has passed. It's very hard to nail down a schedule to meet these people.
Wow.
Right? Everyone has different lives, different schedule. But once we meet up, it's just amazing. It just makes me happy for the week. I'm like floating because those people I feel really supportive. But yes, you're right. It has to have that boundary lah.
Yeah.
Between where you're networking, where you don't fully show 100% of your true nature. You still need to have that professional outlook. But once you know that you can go cross the line, then that's where you can be goofy, you can be yourself, you can be vulnerable with them, and you know that they have already chosen. They've seen you at your worst, right? So they've chosen to be with you by your side. Yeah.
Exactly. Two questions are for you. From the perspective of a 30-year-old giving advice to a 20-year-old. Do you think that investing in your friendships or still, appreciating your friendships up until the age from 20 to 30, how important is it?
Very important.
That's the first one.
Very.
And secondly, being at around our age, working age, making friends is harder now.
Yes.
Right? Because you kind of need to see, is it superficial? Or are these friends who can really have that potential to be close with me? And most of the times you meet people from work, you meet people from, you just, in your
Wherever
network,
in your network.
How do you turn those people, or how do you build new friends at our age?
Okay.
Right? What do you think?
So
is it important?
First one is very important, and I learned this very recently, especially in relationships, where you have a romantic partner, you would spend majority of your time with them, right? And some people say they're like, oh, my husband, my boyfriend, or my girlfriend, they are my best friend.
Yeah.
But you cannot expect your partner to fill up the role of everything all in one. Because you're already living with them. They really, you have maybe your family stress, your kids stress, financial stress, whatever. So everything is all in one. But sometimes if you having any problems, and guys and girls very different ones. So one thing I've learned recently is that to maintain friendship, you must always maintain friendships. The one that you can trust, like yours, ride or die, right? Having girlfriends is so important outside of your relationship. Because they get to fill your cup with whatever that you need filling up. Because girlfriends will validate you, they will make you feel good. If you're sad, they will get you dessert.
Yes.
It was my birthday, I have a bouquet of flowers from my girlfriend.
Wow.
So girls know how to make each other feel good. So if you want to feel good, have girlfriends. Or for your case, have guy friends that can, you can really just sit down, play PS4 or whatever, just slum it out and just be a dude.
Now PS5 already.
PS5, sorry, I don't play. Just be a dude, right?
Yeah.
For girls, it's just, going out, getting manicures, pedicures, having a glass of wine, a great meal, and just laughing over matters and life. And, sometimes maybe judging people, performance review in that sense. So very important. Never ever let go of your ride or die friendships for the sake of your relationship.
Okay.
Because friendships can last you a lifetime, but relationship-wise, unless you really work for it, and that can be, but don't ever expect your partner to be that one person that to fill up everything that you need, because they might not have the capacity. That's why you need different people and different touch points to help you. So if you got a work stress, you talk to a person that gets your work, gets it. They understand your stress. If you have maybe relationships problem, right? Then you get you share that issue if you want to share
with specific people that relate to you in different aspects of your life.
Exactly. Then at least in a sense you will start feeling a bit more balanced and fulfilled, rather than developing resentment, because everyone has their own shit going on in life. If you throw in 100% of your drama to that one person, that person is either going to get fed up of you, right? Or it's like, oh my God, this person is just too much to deal with. But if you can do 10%, 20%, 30%, you share that you bahagi lah, your issues, right?
Divide it
up. Then not only your friendships are able to survive it, but you actually feel you're getting the right advice from the right people lah, because they get it ma. Imagine if I come to you and I rant to you about some girl problems, then you'd be like, what is she talking about? You have no idea, right? Then I won't feel fulfilled, because I'm like, I talk to Sky also like talking to a wall. For example. But was it if I talk to you about creatives, about videography, about shooting, then we can talk. Okay, so that's one. What's the second question?
The second question is, how do you what's the question? How do you build friendships at our current age right now? Because you really need to make a big effort into it, and people who you meet are, I would say, more to coincidentally, like you meet colleagues in work, you meet people in business, you meet this random guy in church. How do you go from oh, I just bump into you. Like for example, for us,
Ah.
we met in work.
Yeah.
We met in work, but right now we're close friends. We build a podcast together. How do you go from that stage to a more personal level, to a more personal stage? How do you build more friendships at our current age?
Actually, I got no life one, bro. I gym, I go to work, I do podcasts, I take care of my kids, itu saja, right? So if I meet you and we can vibe, generally I'm an introvert. So
Okay.
I enjoy time in my solitude. I have very close-knit friends that I spend time with whenever anyone has time to meet up. But apart from that, I'm okay to just meet new people and say hi. But if I have this feeling, female got intuition, right? If I feel that not ngama, no vibe maybe, perhaps, then probably you'll be in one category of friend where you're probably an acquaintance. I know you from whichever pockets of my
Yep.
life. If we meet up again, it just be a very friendly, hi, how are you doing? How's
Yeah.
things going? Blah, blah, blah. In that category. How you progress to the next level is perhaps, again, seeing how that person shows up for you, or if that person is able to open up to you, for example, because it's not easy, for someone just to you meet a random stranger and then they tell you your life story.
Yeah.
Because who does that? But if that person opens up to me, it signals to me that, okay, this person trusts me enough with this piece of information in their life. And again, depending on what they're looking for, are they looking for someone to pinjam telinga, just to hear them out, hear them vent out?
Yeah.
Are they looking for advice, or are they just looking for attention? Again, depending.
Understand. Yeah.
So that's level 2 lor. So if I'm able to provide that whatever they need lah, support, pinjam telinga, whatnot, then it'll be my turn. If just say if I'm having a frustrating day and if it's not reciprocated in a way, then I feel that okay lah. Then that's how I judge.
Okay.
That's how I judge, because for me it's a give and take thing. If you come to me, I'm ready to help support you in any way I can. That's my nature. But if on days where I feel really vulnerable, I just need help and support, and you dismiss me, then I would immediately take a step back, because then you go back to level 1. You've been downgraded.
Okay, understand. I think if I can summarize a bit, step 1, you do a screening first.
Screening, yes.
You see whether these people belongs in this pocket of your life, or do they, they just stay as an acquaintance. You need to kind of look at their potential, whether this person is someone who you want to be personal with. And I think step 2, what I got from you is the key to making friends is about opening up yourself. And when I think about it, I think that's how I make deeper friendships as well. Instead of just talking about the surface level work kind of thing, once in a while talk about your family.
Yep.
Right? I think how we got close was when I started seeing you open up more of yourself. Not just the work side, the dominant female power side, but also about your family. You have daughters, right? You're a single mom. You share these things that might be vulnerable to someone. And I think that's the key signs and the best ways for you to start building friendships. There's this analogy that I learned about friendships. Think about a house, right? When you meet people, you won't automatically allow them in your house.
Nope.
Some of them might be still, outside of your gate.
Yep.
Right? But sometimes, let's say you have that trust, you kind of open them up. Okay lah, you come into my yard lah. You come in. Yeah. Sometimes these are people who you just got to know, or people who you are okay with just looking at them once in a while, right? And once you really get to know them, they enter your living room. And the closest people in your life, they're allowed to go into your man cave.
Yes.
Yeah, they're allowed to go into your home office. And the people who are really, really intimate with you, super close friends, maybe even your life partner, they can go in your bedroom, right? They can go in your bathroom. They can have, there's this thing called refrigerator privileges.
Oh yes.
And when you go into someone's
asking.
house, you can open up without asking, right? There are friends who are so close to you that it's okay for them to do
I
that.
have, that friend. So this is my high school friend. She's 1 year my senior. High school, no? She lives probably less than 5 minutes drive from my house. And our friendships are so close to a point, right? Me and I got another guy friend as well. So we would just go to a house, refrigerator privilege, we just open, take whatever, and sometimes she's not even home. And then the dad would be like, she's not home. We're like, oh uncle, we know. The father would be like, what? But it's just so casual. And she's not even living in the same country as I am. She's in Singapore.
Okay.
Okay? But I know her husband. I know her husband's mom, auntie. I know the husband's brother. I know her cousins. I know all her extended family.
Yeah.
So to a point that is so close, and since I was 13 years old, okay, so it's like friendship for life really. I mean, we don't talk every day. But again, one of my ride or dies. Refrigerator, please open, take, drink, close back. Thank you.
Have you ever had someone who was not welcome to have refrigerator privileges do that with you? Because I have a few friends, right?
Tak tahu malu kan?
Tahu malu kan? It reached to the point where it's a bit disrespectful.
You're like, oi,
right?
don't take my chocolate.
Don't take my chocolate. Not even that. So there's people who like to come. I'm the type of guy who wouldn't go on my bed if I'm wearing dirty clothes.
Oh,
if
same.
I'm from out.
Correct.
Right.
Cannot.
Exactly right.
Cannot.
There are people, right? There are friends, right? I'm okay with them going to my bedroom. There was this one friend from a few years ago. Don't think that it's you. Okay? We're just hanging out in my room. Alright? I have a PS5 in my room. We just hang out, chill. It was on my bed. But we came from somewhere, so we were a bit dirty. And I went to take a shower. I went out, the guy was flat out just lying down on my bed, charging his phone.
Kurang ajar.
Super duper kurang ajar, right? Yeah. But I think that's a really good key point that I really got. It's about opening up yourself and just being that bit of vulnerable with somebody. Right. I think that's a really good point that we can try to do more of as well. Yeah. Now, my next question. Being in a relationship, a very well and healthy relationship with my fiance, is it okay for guys to have girlfriends and for girls to have guy friends? Even though I wouldn't say just in it's not just the limitation of you already having a partner, but can a girl and a guy just stay friends?
Cannot.
Okay.
Cannot.
Why?
At one point, I thought there was potential for just a guy and girl to be friends. But I believe at that one point of time, if you're talking to someone every day,
Yep.
you share moments of your day, you see something like, oh hey, this made me think about you. They share personal stuff about you. And one point of another, I believe one side will develop something.
Really?
Because guys and girls are, male and female. There's always an attraction on either one.
Either one. It's either the guy have feelings for the girl but the girl doesn't, or the girl feels something but the guy doesn't.
Unless, I've got nothing against this, by the way, so don't cancel me out. Either one is gay.
Okay.
That one can be BFF.
Okay.
Either one. If the guy is gay and the girl, then they can kawan. Or either way, right? So I've got nothing against it. Possibly that. But if it's just normal friendships from guy and girl, maybe, I don't know. But I wasn't successful. I haven't had any success in having a guy
friend.
Best friend.
Okay.
Because my past relationship, my ex will always say, oh, I know what guys are thinking. I know
exactly.
that this person has motives because I'm a guy. I know what guys are thinking. But for me, really, man? Biasa ni what? Friend ma? They say no.
But it's true though. Yeah.
Is it true?
It's true.
Is it true?
We can really tell because we're a guy. When we do certain things with a girl, or when we see other guys, do things with our girl, for example, texting every day, things that's not normal. A guy won't do that if they don't feel something towards you. It's just odd, right? Don't you think so?
That's why, Lord, friendship no more.
but for, even for girls, let's say if you have a partner and your partner is really close with a girlfriend, right? You would be able to tell as well if that girl has intentions, or you will be able to kind of filter out and screen out there's something wrong here. Something
Possibly
weird here.
I think female usually we have intuition one. We can actually body language don't lie.
Yeah.
If you see a guy and a girl and how their body language reacts towards each another, then that's a telltale sign already to see whether is there physical attraction. Because at the end of the day, male and female friendships, right? Platonic, there would be some form of physical attraction. So you can tell by how the body angles to each another, the subtle touches, the playing with the hair, the guy maybe showing bicep, I don't know lah. For example. But yeah, I mean, for me, if anything, I can always tell based on the body language. And then it's up to the relationship whether you trust your partner or not.
Understand. I really agree with that. I don't think that I have too many girlfriends as well. Yeah, not much. And a lot of the female friends that I have, they likely know Gabby very well as well.
So it's within
like
the
people,
network,
within the network. Or I would say people in work. I think Vanessa is quite close, but she's also a really, really good friend with Gabby, and it's work all the time. I think that's how it can still work, as a friendship. But I think something like outside of work, outside of our circle of friends,
dangerous.
That's odd already. Odd, dangerous, and I don't think it works. Right. Yeah. So tips from Jane and Sky.
Cannot.
Yeah. If you have a girlfriend, boyfriend, don't play.
Don't play. Okay, my last question to you. Question to you, right? So based on what we talk about friendships, so what kind of friendship actually survives long term, a lifetime? What do you think?
It needs to be both-sided lah. It takes two hands to clap, right? So definitely in a friendship, things that make it not survive as long as if one person is trying, one person looks for the other person, yo bro, let's go hang out. Yo bro, let's go and chill. Let's grab lunch, let's grab coffee. How are you? But the other isn't. The other is too focused on his own life, their own purposes, their own priorities. And it doesn't work that way. Most of the super close friends that I still have until now are people who make effort for each other. It can be the little things like what you said just now, the 8 minutes, right? 8 minutes of your time given to someone is much more gold, it's much more treasured than you actually think. It's very meaningful for you. And recently, I'm currently, stepping towards my wedding, right? That's why you screen a lot.
Oh yes, oh my God, very stressful,
Right.
Who's sick? How many people to invite?
And is this people worth to invite? It's actually, this might be a bit of a sensitive thing to talk about, right?
Oh no, I get you, completely get you.
Right, like there's these few questions that, there was this post I saw, a few questions you should ask yourself when you are thinking to invite a person. Number one, have you talked to that person in this previous year? Right? Secondly, does your partner know that person? Right? Or have they even at least heard about that person? Sometimes maybe Gabby doesn't know, I say Brian or Samuel, but has she heard of them? Have I talked about them to her before? Right? That's the second question. Thirdly, would you go out on a coffee date or a coffee time with that person right now? Right? Would you be okay to do that? Right?
Are you willing to invest your time?
Are you willing to invest your time? And the fourth one I completely forgot. But looking at those few questions, you can already screen whether that certain person is still in your life or not. Because the sad truth is that friends drift away. Right? People who and it's not necessarily a bad thing. Like what I mentioned just now, it's not necessarily you end in bad terms. It's just, they're just no longer a part of your life anymore. And you're okay with just, seeing each other on Instagram. This guy, he used to be like that. Now he's doing this. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Good for him. Oh, he's married now, right? There's so many friends who I used to know back in high school, and they're like a totally different person, right? So it's all about that effort that you put into each other. Do you want to look for that person? Do you want to give your time to that person? Do you want to listen to that person? Do you want to open up to that person once in a while? Things that I noticed that friends who really stay in my life are friends who open up to each other regularly. I have this friend, I met him in uni. Until now, even though he's in Bali, he stays in Bali right now, we still catch up very often. And it's always from, trauma. Hey bro, I gotta catch up with you, man. I gotta tell you this story. And then whenever we call, there's always something new that I'm learning. Oh, he's struggling with his work, or he's struggling with his relationship maybe, or he's currently working on this, he's busy on this. And that vulnerability, opening up to that person from time to time, that's what keeps it going. Yeah, and when we meet up again, whenever he comes over to Malaysia, definitely, hey, Sky, come and pick me up, right? That's the bond that we are looking to have. But yeah, I think distance is also a big issue. If you live so far away from each other.
It's hard. Like I said, my very good friend, the one that lives nearby with me, she's in Singapore. But every time that she comes back to Malaysia to visit family, and she has one daughter, I have 2 kids. So we would find small pockets, 1 hour, 45 minutes, whichever, be like, hey, babe, free now, want to come over? So we let the kids play and we just try to catch up as quickly as we can.
So good.
But what it tells me is that I know, because when you live abroad, you come back, you got so many things to do. You got so many people to see, friends, family, obligations. If you have a partner, you have to go and see your partner's family as well. Okay, so there's a lot. But the fact that she's willing to put some of her rest time and say, hey, let's just quickly catch up, or I've got some time, we put effort to plan.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
So that one, ride or die, friends for life already.
I see. It's very good. I learned a lot about friendships today.
A lot to talk about.
A lot to talk about. I think we can even expand this. I wanted to ask you another question, but I think that's for another episode. Guy friendships and girl friendships.
Very
What's the
different.
difference? I would
Very
love to
different.
understand. I would love to learn. I think
can
there's
keep
so
it-
much more that we can talk about regarding friendships. Save it for another episode. But for today, that's about the time that we have.
Yep.
You learned a lot.
I learned a lot. It's
pretty fun.
Yes.
Tanpa Sada is already our 5th episode, right?
Yay, we made it!
5th episode.
We made it!
Fun fact, most podcasts only last 3 episodes.
Yes.
So we are pretty much already above
We
the
hit
majority.
our KPI that we attended and we set the goals for
Yeah.
ourselves.
Before we started this podcast, we just said each other, whatever happens, we
Must hit 5.
Must hit 5. If we want to continue, we continue. Later on, don't want to continue, but at least 5.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure when you
milestone
hit
for
5,
us,
it's a
yes.
milestone for us. So thanks everyone for still staying in tune, watching us at 2030. We're having so much fun, and we hope that you are too. Feel free to drop any suggestions, feedbacks, or any topics that you guys want to talk about in our comments below. And yeah, thank you guys for staying in tune with 2030. See you at the next episode.
Bye.
Bye-bye.